Hello folks, I've got a bit of a rarity today, and I say rarity in this country certainly. This is an Orel BK-08 computer, which is a Soviet-made Sinclair Spectrum clone, I believe. Yeah, it's something I picked up a few months ago, and it's been hanging around ever since. I think paid 60 something pounds for it. In completely untested condition, so I've absolutely no idea if it works. So the keyboard's kind of cool. It's got the Russian lettering and then the English underneath it. And do you know what? It feels okay as well. Quite nice. And we've got our true and inverse video buttons there, so, and our graph. So if you were in any doubt as to this being a Spectrum clone, well, there you go. What have we got up top? We've got a speaker, reset, NMI, I don't know, I'll have to look that up. There is a cartridge port which doesn't open, and there is a reason for that. Around the back we've got the power socket, which it needs 24 volts, I think centre pin negative. So I'm thinking maybe I can pick up a laptop power supply, modify that to work. Monitor connection, yeah, I'm going to need to make a cable for that. Now this is weird, it's got two more DIN sockets for the tape audio connections, and it's got audio out and audio in rather than combining them on the same socket. And it's got two joystick ports as well. In fact, it came with a joystick. It did also come with a power supply, but I don't think I'm going to use it because I really don't feel like dying. It's very, very crude, homemade looking thing. Or maybe it's the original, it's just missing its case, I don't know. Either way, it's held together with cellophane tape, and there's an awful lot of exposed contacts there. I don't think that's in any way safe, so won't be using that. I've also got a couple of ROM chips. I suspect these are the originals that have been removed and replaced, and I'll explain why when we get into it. Let's poke around inside. Flathead screws. Oh, and it seems to be assuming that is the year 1991, and it's repeated down there as well. So this would be in the final year of the Soviet Union. When did it fall? Was it 92? I'm not sure. Anyway, very late on. Oh, here's the thing. Why, in a world where crosshead screws exist, do people still use flatheads for things like this? I don't know. It's just infuriating. So not the easiest thing to get into. Those flathead screws are a pain. Anyway, underneath the main case it looks like we've got, looks like a heat sink there. So this will be the power board. So yeah. On the main board, it looks like there's a little bit of modification that's gone on here. That looks a bit non-standard. And I can't see anything that resembles any sort of ULA, so it looks like it's all done with logic chips, and there's an awful lot of them. I don't know what any of this is yet. I haven't really looked at it in that much detail. These look like EEPROMs, and possibly not original, and I suspect that's what those two ROMs that came with the computer are. They're probably the original. And this is why the cartridge port won't open. That's been slapped on. So that is some sort of aftermarket modification. I have no idea what it's doing. But it is blocking the cartridge slot, which is under there, but as I don't have any cartridges for it, I'm not going to worry about it. It does seem to be wired into the joystick ports. So I don't know why that is. Well, it's certainly wired into joystick port number 1 anyway, so maybe it's some sort of menu system it's running? I don't know. Until I get it powered up, I know very little about it. So I just wanted to give you a little look at this machine. You now know as much about it as I do. You may even know more about it, I don't know. I'm going to build a video cable for it, source a power supply, and then we'll see if we can actually get it to do something, I suppose. But until then, I'll put it back together and I'll order some bits. So thank you very much for watching and take care.